North by Northwest, one of my earliest Hitchcock films and still one of the more entertaining, a film which would entice many younger people to this very day. I remember even my mother recalling her and her friends watching a television broadcast of this in the early 80s and enjoying it despite the potential pitfalls of it being an older film. Superb script, excellently performed. The most celebrated is Cary Grant and Eva Marie Saint, although James Mason and Martin Landau are two of the most iconic, memorable villains in the history of otherwise, though likably so, one-dimensional antagonists. It was claimed by, I believe, Robert Town that The 39 Steps was an immensely influential piece of escapist fiction. I believe Foreign Correspondent is a similarly early prototype for modern action films, but then consider North by Northwest preceding just by a few years the James Bond pictures. Film escapism can be traced back to King Kong or Whale's Frankenstein, Lost World and or Nosferatu, or whichever silent picture one chooses to cite before that, but the mould of the action thriller supplanted, once a director like Hitchcock developed the mould for it, the mould of the monster flick, and whilst both coexist, audiences tend to prefer humans who have great plot armour against extraordinary events, to the point wherein they may as well be superheroes, or, as many have complained to the point of redundancy and annoyance, actual comic book superheroes on screen. Enjoyable, rewatchable, superbly directed, magnificently performed, and gorgeously scored, North by Northwest remains one of the most likeable films of the entire old Hollywood output, one of Hitchcock's most entertaining, accessible, impressive, and timeless. 12-year-old AOD liked it a lot, and I grew to appreciate it more and more as I grew older, at least partially because of how much it holds up and improves as one views it again, presumably how it attained such a classic status in the first place. Probably.